What's good? What's good? What's good, guys? Mikkel Bennett back here with the one and only
Dominique Bennett.
So tonight we're going to be covering 5 mindset hacks to allow you to obtain your dream credit profile or your dream credit score, right?
What's going on, y'all?
Yeah, so pile it in, share it with a friend. You know, we're going to give you guys some value tonight. Not going to stay on too long, but it's going to be jam-packed with value. We say that every time,
but then we're on here so long.
I'm not staying on long tonight. I'm going to give y'all some value on dip, for real. So, like I said, tonight we're going to be covering the 5 mindset hacks to allow you to obtain your dream credit profile or your dream credit score.
Hey.
What's going on? Let us know where y'all coming in from if it's your first time here, getting some game, because we're going to definitely give you some game. Please make sure you shout out. I don't have no shout-out info. What's going on, everybody, though? So let's get into the information tonight. And the reason why we want to cover this topic is we've been getting a lot of testimonials from people and members of our program who've been telling us that the mindset part is the part they've been loving the most, right? Because a lot of people, you know, in this credit space, they may sell you resources that allow you to, you know, to be able to do something, but those resources don't do anything for you if you don't have the right mindset, the right mentality when you're going into it. That's why we're going to cover this tonight, because it's very important for a lot of people, right? Because a lot of people get discouraged.
Right. And I don't think a lot of people think about mindset, especially when they're buying a credit course, right? And that's one of the first things that people reach out to us about is like, I loved the mindset part of your course. Like, they just totally weren't expecting it.
Right.
And that's how we start off, you know, any of our courses really is with mindset. It's all in your head, right? Like, so if your head ain't right, your credit's not going to be right. All right. And you have to go into it with a positive mindset, you know, and with these other 5 hacks that we're going to give you guys just to get the best results possible.
Right. So somebody said they're from Chicago. Okay, cool. What's going on, Chicago? One of my best friends live out there. Share this out with some more people, guys. We're about to give y'all the tips.
Yes.
Or the 5 hacks in about, like, I don't say, like a minute. Give me 1 second here. I want to put something in the chat. I want to let you guys know that all of our Cyber Week deals are live. So if you are in a position where you're ready to start fixing up your credit yourself, you're ready to start learning how to get access to business credit or grow your business, we have a ton of different courses and resources in our bio. All you have to do is DM us the word live and we'll send it right over to you. What's going on, Keith?
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you can get into it.
All right, yeah. So the very first hack, and tonight, like I said, we're talking about 5 mindset hacks to allow you to obtain your dream credit score. Mindset hacks, right? Not credit hacks, okay? So the very first thing is belief, right? When you go into fixing up your credit, it's kind of like the best thing that happened to me was that I went into it like I didn't have any doubts, like because I was so new, right? I didn't know anything. I had nothing verified. I've never purchased anything from anybody. I didn't pay for it. So I just jumped into it like with full belief, like, okay, this is going to work, right? So when you get into it, you have to jump into it thinking that it's going to work. You can't go into it with a mindset like, oh, what if this don't work? Because when you're looking for things not to work, you're going to find things that aren't going to work, right?
Yep.
The mentality that you need to have going into it is that it's going to work or it's going to work, right? Some way, somehow, this got to work, okay? So that's the number 1 hack is your belief when you go into it. You got to go into it with the belief that it's already going to work. You got to basically start, what I would say is start envisioning and write down the things that you want. So if it's like a 730 or 750 credit score, put that on a vision board.
Don't comment live on here. You won't get anything. Just DM us.
Right.
DM either Mikkel or
Put
myself.
it on a vision board, right?
Yes.
On our vision board, we have our dream credit scores and our dream credit profile. So make sure that you put it somewhere where you can see it every single day, because your words are so powerful, right? Even if you aren't saying them, but you're seeing them and you're reading them, it's also very powerful. So that's the first thing I would do is write out what you want your credit score to be. Put it somewhere where you can see it every single day, somewhere obtainable. And then, you know, even if you have some goals. So that's why we have the worksheet and the workbook inside of our Credit Essentials bundle, is because we want y'all to start putting down your goals. If there's a specific credit card, if there's a specific amount of funding that you want to get on the business side, personal side, wherever it might be, we want you to actually visualize and write it out, okay? So that's step number 1 of the 5 hacks to help you to obtain your dream credit score. It's like a crazy tongue twister for me. Number 2 is mastery, right? Mastery, like you need to master the dispute process. You need to master reading a credit report, right? You need to master the laws that you're going to use, right? Because it actually moves into number 3, which is resourcefulness, right?
Right.
So a lot of people really think that you're just going to grab a template, put your accounts on it, and then it's going to be removed.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
That's not always how it works at all, right? A lot of times you have to be able to pivot, and the truth is you have to actually understand the laws that are on the templates. But guess what? What if I told you templates didn't work? What if I told you every time the Bureau realized you were using a template, they just threw it out? This is why it's important for you to actually understand, okay, here's the law that I need to use for this account. Now, what is the law actually saying? What is it saying? Because if you read it and you understand that you're being violated and somebody's telling you, oh no, you're going to keep pressing the order because you understand you've been violated. This isn't going to go like silent. Like, no, the same way y'all fight for things that you want, you got to fight for your credit profile.
And you have to fight firmly, not disrespectfully, too. Because if you fight disrespectfully, it's not going to get you anywhere, right? And you don't want them to just totally disregard you and call it frivolous and then not even want to help you out, right? So you have to make sure that you just stand firm. And think of yourself as being your own lawyer, right? You want to come with the facts, come with the proof. We were talking about this earlier on our live. Like, you want to make sure that you have everything organized and you have all of your proof, you have all of your documentation. And for those of you that are getting e-statements for your bank accounts, for your credit cards, stop. Turn that off. You want to get paper statements at all times sent to you so that you have that, because there are certain situations where having that physical statement is going to play a part in whether or not you can get something removed or not.
And if you were ever on this, like you were ever on the brink of giving up when it comes to fixing your credit, let me just give you 2 testimonials I've gotten in the last month. I had one lady who'd been fighting back and forth to get I think it was a charge off or a late payment reversed from her credit profile. And she reached out a few different times. And then the last time she reached out, she just was like damn near in tears. She was like, hey, look, I was literally on the verge of giving up. And your mindset section of your course helped me to not give up. And then she sent me the results of her last disputes. This account that she'd been fighting for years, she finally got it removed. Now imagine if she had just gave up that last week before.
Right.
Imagine that, right? Is it better to handwrite letters? Handwrite letters is good. Yes. Because you can't say that it's a... go ahead, don't sign it.
Just don't sign it. You don't want to sign it. You can just print your name or, I don't know. I would even be a little wary of that. But, you want to put your name on there, but you do not want to sign it. That's for sure. But, yeah, handwritten letters are fine. Just don't sign it.
And then we had a lady today inside of our group. If you're in the group, she commented and said, I'm not about to let Equifax play with me. For, the last 2 weeks, she's been updating the group on her going back and forth with Equifax, calling, sending in disputes, and trying to get it removed, and they were not removing it. Well, lo and behold, today, they finally removed the account from her credit profile. So once again, imagine if she had gave up last week.
Right.
All right? And that's what happens when you actually get a real understanding of the laws that you're using, and you understand that you're being violated. The way that they're reporting these accounts on your profile, they're not supposed to be doing it, but they're doing it anyway. They're violating you. But when you really, really believe and understand, you're not going to let them do that. Right? So back to number 3, which is resourcefulness. And in case you guys are hopping in late, we're talking about the 5 mindset hacks to help you to obtain your dream credit profile. So number 1 was belief. Number 2 is mastery. Number 3 is resourcefulness, right? So some of you might also, it also kind of works in with being organized. So when you first start, when I first started, I had a license and my license was outdated, right? I didn't have the right license, it was expired. So I know there's lots of other people out there that have those problems. I had a friend that had that problem.
And a lot of times people don't even realize it until they actually like look at it and need it, and they're like, oh damn, that's expired.
Right. Because when you all over the place, you all over the place.
Right.
Right? So you gotta go to the damn DMV or do whatever you need to do. Pay for it. You might have to use some contacts. You may have to borrow some money from a family member, a couple $100 just so that you can do the things that are necessary.
Or if you have a passport, you can use that too. Like, just
right.
Be resourceful.
Right.
Like understand that there are multiple forms of ID and, address verification. Like there's multiple things. It's not like this is the only option, that's it and that's all. Right. There's other options out there.
And even when it comes to rebuilding or building up your credit profile, like yesterday we talked about rental karma. Well, maybe, you just moved into the place that you live and you haven't been living there long. Well, you got family members that own a home and you can use them as a resource for you to be able to boost your credit profile.
Yep.
There's family members, friends that might have good credit. You can use them to boost your credit profile by getting added as an authorized user. Right? So this is what I talk about when I'm talking about resourcefulness. And all of the information for you guys to be able to clean up your credit and build it up, it's truly out there. But a lot of times we don't take action on the things, especially when they're free. Right? Things that are free, people don't pay attention to. That's why when people pay attention. That's why people charge y'all $4,000 for courses and mentorships, because they know y'all ain't paying attention. Right. So if you pay that bread, you're going to pay attention, and then what happens is when you pay attention, you get a result. That person now has a testimonial that's going to allow them to scale their business. So they don't waste their time with people who don't pay the price, right? If they paid $4,000 to learn it and they're charging that, so be it, right?
Right.
You just better pay attention when you spend that. That's all. And if you don't, it's on you. And most people that don't, like, the personality of a person who don't pay attention, they're not going to pay that kind of money.
Right.
All right, so number four is patience. You got to have patience, guys. Let me ask y'all a question. Type of 1, no, I can't even say type of 1 in the chat because nobody going to type of 1 in the chat. But when Kobe Bryant, right, one of the best ball players of all time, I might not know, but when Kobe was a baby, when he took his first shot, you think he made it?
Probably not.
No, right? So he had to work at it. He had to continue to keep practicing so that he could become better. So a lot of y'all need patience because maybe you don't thoroughly understand everything yet, right? I see people sending a dispute and then the next day, like, wondering why it's not going.
Right.
You got to let the dispute, go through the whole process, buddy. Right? Things like that. So, and a lot of times, when I first was disputing, like, I followed a course, did what they said, got, I would say, 70% of the things off that I needed to. But then I had to go purchase something else to get more information, right? But the thing was, when I was starting out, I didn't fully understand everything yet. So I was still learning, right? And this is why I'm saying that you got to have patience as well. The Karate Kid used patience. Everybody used patience that really win. It doesn't happen overnight all the time, guys. You might get some results, but everything isn't going to happen overnight. And I want you to understand that and have the right expectations.
Even with our son with karate, he's had to be patient, and he finally passed his test, and he's getting his high white belt on Saturday, right? And we kept telling him, you have to be patient. It's coming. It's coming. You have to be patient. And kids are one of the hardest people to understand patience, right? They have no patience.
None.
But, it's super important to have patience. And as adults, too, it can be really difficult, too.
And the fifth one, which is community, guys. Community. That's the number 5 thing, the fifth mindset hack for you to obtain your dream credit profile, right? And community, right? It's community. So I want to give you guys a story. So this isn't actually in our community, but I have a friend, right? He's working to become a professional bookkeeper and things like that. And he had to pass the QuickBooks test, right? And he was having a little trouble. But what he did was he posted inside of his community to let them know, hey, look, man, I'm a little down. I got one more shot at this test. I really want to pass it, or I got to wait. Everybody in the group started commenting and giving him resources, tips, everything. My man passed the test the next day. Passed the test the next day. He would have never passed that test if he didn't have that community. Because he didn't know the answers, but he needed to study more. Right? And they gave him more resources for him to go study more. That's why I'm saying that community. You got to find a community that's going to uplift you and help you, right? And support you, because inside of the community, especially inside of our community, there's tons of people who've been in your shoes, who've been on the other side. But the best part about it is they're willing to pull you to the other side. Right. We're willing to pull you to the other side. I had tons of collections on my credit report. Dominique had tons of inquiries on her credit report. I had negative student loans on my credit report. I had charge-offs on my credit report. All of the shit that y'all be struggling with, we probably dealt with it on our credit report, and we made it to the other side, because there's no way I would be sitting here with a wallet. I'm not gonna show the numbers. All right.
I can't believe you showed them your wallet.
I wouldn't be sitting here. It's cool. I wouldn't be sitting here with a wallet full of personal and business credit cards if I didn't get to the other side.
Right.
Right. So, and I can sit up here and straight up tell y'all, like, I had all those issues. Yep. But I made it to the other side because of these 5 mindset hacks. Okay.
And the other thing, back to community, right? Because a lot of us are surrounded by people that aren't even interested in credit, don't think that it's important, maybe they just straight up don't support you. They, there's many times where I've tried to talk to family members, friends about credit, right? Like they ask like, oh, how are things going? Like if they see me talking about credit or something, and I'll start talking about it, and then they become like half interested, right? The people like around you don't always support you or aren't always going to believe in you, or they just simply don't give a, right? Like they just don't. So that's why the truth is people want to see you do well, but they never want to see you do better than them. Right. At all. Most people. Right. And that's why we've created that community too, because a lot of people that are on the credit journey, they're in it alone. They're in it for themselves. Even their significant other might not be interested, right? And they want to wait and see that you do it. And then once they see that you've done, fixed your credit, then they're going to... Irene, that's right. That's right, Irene. Exactly. And it's cool. So, what we want to do is share a few testimonials, and then we could do a little Q&A. Yeah, because we got some new ones today. Yeah, really testimonials every single day. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. Someone had said, this is about the Navy Fed hack, my Navy Fed hack to get into Navy Fed. They said, I just did it 1 a.m., said exactly what you said. I even sliced it up and said, Granddad served in the Navy, and specifically said World War II, and it worked like a charm. Thank you. So somebody got in the Navy Fed. That's the grandpop method, y'all. Yep. The grandpop method, okay. Someone had put like a, not like a grievance or whatever, kind of like they were saying, this agent's giving me a really hard time about deleting the names of my credit report, saying they didn't receive, blah, 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 right? And she was just like frustrated. She's like, what do I do? And I said, that I gave her the answer and said, here's what you should do, blah, blah, blah. She said, thank you. I demanded to be transferred to a supervisor who said she saw what she needed and will be deleting everything. Wow. So again, community, right? Somebody was frustrated, but wasn't giving up, just was like, what do I do? And that's where we come in. That's what our community's for. Like, a lot of you keep asking, like, how do I get in contact with you? Do you offer mentorship? We have our Facebook group, our private Facebook group. So if you purchase any of our products, you get access to that private Facebook group. Right. And that's where we are all day long. We're answering, comments, obviously, on Instagram, DMs a little bit, but we're mainly in that group. That's where we, live all day. And that's where we're helping people. There's one spot left for a consultation if somebody wants it. It's $300 for a 30-minute consultation. With both of us. So it's 75% off because our consultations 70%. 70% off. Our consultations are usually $1,000. So if you want that consultation, you have to DM us the word, what is it? Consulting. I think or you just send us a message and say you want that consultation. I'll send you the link. I think it's consulting. It's not a big deal. Someone this morning, I think it was. Best banks or credit unions for business.
It's all relative.
Honestly, yeah, it really depends on where you live. Okay, so what I would do is there's a website, I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but there is a website that you can go to find all the credit unions within your area. It's actually in our Facebook group. I would have to search it.
Right.
But you can go there and look up the ones in your area. That's what I would do, and then just call them.
Right, and inside of our credit course, we have a 100+ lenders list, right? And we have a video that teaches you the things that you should ask those lenders when you call them, because the truth is we purchased lenders list out there with like, it would say, okay, this pulls from Equifax or whatever, and a lot of them wasn't really real.
Accurate.
They weren't accurate, right?
They
were outdated. Things change. Dominic says all the time, like banks buy other banks. So,
I've been through so many bank mergers. Like, banks would get bought all the time, and when that happens, things change, and policies change all the time.
Right.
Like, you never know.
Yep. So the first thing you want to do is just Google credit unions in your area. There's not many bad banks out there. Like, if your business is set up the right way, if it's over 2 years old and things like that, you got a really high chance of getting approved for no doc business credit from any credit union.
Right.
As long as they offer business credit. Don't make the mistake that I did. I actually went to our credit union that we got personal funding from. And then I went and opened up a business bank account and all of that, savings, checking. And then I started putting money in it, doing the 50-50 play, just to find out that they don't offer no business credit.
Right.
You can just have a business bank account there. I was like, whoa.
That's where I did the car loan play through. Anyway.
Yeah.
Someone else, I think it was this afternoon, 53-point increase. Now they're at
Irene, watch the video with it.
Now they're at a 736.
Oh, say that again.
53-point increase, okay? They said, I called and stated, hold on. I called yesterday to see if they got it and expedite it. Woke up today and it's gone. You're the GOAT.
Wow. So 1 day removal?
Yeah, it was like really...
It looked like it.
It was definitely less than 7 days, because this here it says between November 22nd and November 29th, your Century Recovery collections.
And their score went up to the
53 points. So that means that they were in the like 670-ish.
Right. So their score's up to 736 now.
That's huge.
You can make a lot of moves with a 736.
Yeah.
From where it was. That's one thing removed off of their credit report. Now, obviously, for you to get approved, you're going to need to make sure that there's nothing negative still remaining on the report. But it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Someone said, Grand Rising to all, sending all my blessings and luck while working on fixing your credit. So, again, community. Everybody's supporting one another, right? 2 days in the course, I've already deleted my wrong personal information from all the bureaus and inquiries from Experian. And she was saying that TransUnion was giving her a hard time, but she's still going to keep at it. She said, don't stop trying, guys. Eventually, there will be that one person on the phone that's willing to help. And then she said, thank you to
Respectfully.
us. Can't wait to see where I'm at in the next 10 days.
Okay, cool. So,
Somewhat 7.
wait, before you go back to that one real quick. 2 days. Okay, so I remember like a couple of months ago, a lot of people were complaining about it was difficult to remove personal information. So when we took that like 2 weeks off to study consumer law much more deeper, we also learned how to remove personal information a lot faster as well. And a lot of people have been coming in and immediately doing that right away, removing that personal information.
It really gives you like a 1-up.
Right, because that person, those old addresses, those old employers, those misspelled names, inaccurate personal information is not even supposed to be being reported on your credit report.
Right.
And a lot of times, those are the things that are verifying the negative accounts on your credit report when you dispute it. So that's going to be your first step.
Because sometimes they'll come back and say, like, well, you have this address tied to that account, so unfortunately we can't. You know, we can't even remove the account. So it's like, what?
And that's cap.
Right, it's cap.
That's cap.
Someone else, this was actually this evening at like 6:30, said submitted on
I love that one.
11/17, deleted 11/23. So what's that?
What?
6 days? 5, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Oh my God.
6 days, right?
So that's probably like during this whole Black Friday thing.
She's got the 5 Days to Freedom course as well, right? And she's dealing with some things at home.
Right.
But
that mindset.
she had 5-6 days and stuff removed.
5 to 6 days. And is it a collection?
Yeah. Yep.
People getting collections removed in 5 to 6 days, guys. You know, I understand how life changing that is.
Hold on, it's multiple.
Multiple collections. Like these multiple collections haunt people. They used to haunt me on my credit report when I had no idea. Like, what am I gonna do? I had no idea what am I gonna do. Luckily, I was able to figure it out, and now I'm able to just pass on the sauce.
1, 2.
We appreciate you, Benito.
5 things removed
5 things removed from her credit
in
report
6
5
days.
I'm posting that tomorrow. Y'all know it. I'm posting that tomorrow. That's amazing.
Yep.
Oh, man. Okay. And I'm just happy that, we have the opportunity to be up here and give y'all this information and help some people and motivate some people to take action and start working on their credit, right?
Sorry, I have to.
I had no, in the things that I saw that motivated me, it was a lot of luxury things like cars, houses, vacations, crazy trips and stuff like that. When I realized that, credit could be the whole foundation to be able to do all of those, have whatever you want. 2 years ago, I was driving an 08 Volkswagen Jetta that every time I started it up, the whole block got smoked up.
Literally.
The whole block got smoked up.
The kids would be like, "Daddy, is that your car?"
Right. They got water. When it rained all crazy, they got water dripping in the car.
The ceiling was falling down.
The sunroof would move on its own.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh,
right? We in the middle of the wintertime, the sunroof opening on its own. So.
That's crazy. To think about.
It was crazy. So I don't know what it is that motivates y'all, but whatever it is, I hope that y'all get it because a lot of these people are getting results.
Yep.
I don't know what motivated sis to take action to get the course, but I'm happy something, clicked or we came by her so that she could see this information and she took action on it.
Mm-hmm. Someone from just tonight, an hour ago, said course is off the chain, beyond informative. Thanks to you and your wife for doing the real work.
Right. And we are not the ones doing the work. Y'all are the ones doing the work.
Yes.
Y'all are the ones doing the work because
we're just giving you the blueprint.
I purchased the course before and I didn't open it.
Right.
Or didn't really look at it to really understand it.
This was someone from a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
All my collections were removed from Equifax using the magic eraser method. I appreciate the knowledge from the Bennett's. And where's the increase? Oh, 131 point increase.
We got to show them that one. They ain't going to believe that one. They going to think it's cap. Hold on.
Ow.
Let me get this off. All right, before I hit this off.
Please don't put it in the live.
All right, before y'all think it's cap, hold on. There you go.
131 point increase. Okay?
Right.
There it is. Crazy. How do we... I don't know how to do it. Here we go.
All right. So, yeah. I'm getting a little tired, y'all. So, if y'all want to do a little Q&A, some sort of ask a couple questions, we'll be glad to answer some of your questions if they're not already answered inside of our course.
And make sure that you go and watch our other lives, too. We were live earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure that you go and watch that. That was it was a really long, it was an hour and a half. What are you doing?
I'm just playing with you.
Oh. But yeah, that live was really good, too. I talked about building relationships at banks.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Type of one in the chat if it's your first time here, or just let us know first time. If it's your first time here, we'll, let you guys know a little bit more about who we are, so we're not mystery to you.
Yeah.
And then if you are a repeat viewer, drop us a question, testimonial, whatever it may be. Let's have some fun. 1, do you guys do credit repair for people, including... So, no, we don't do credit repair for people. We teach people how to repair their credit.
I got 3 car loans. Can I transfer one to my business?
Yeah. Navy Federal is a really good place to transfer or refinance your car into your business name. That's actually showed inside of our Navy Federal hack class. But, yeah, tons of people, even people inside of our group have done that. It's real good. That's something that I want to do this year. Can't say that we've done it. Right on, thanks. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, so some people said it's their first time. All right, yeah, so if it's your first time here, my name is Mikel Bennett, a.k.a. The Credible, and I'm here with the one and only.
I'm Dominique Bennett.
Mm-hmm.
I I'll just say, like,
All
I have a
right.
background of 16 years in banking. I was in commercial real estate, and I worked under the commercial real estate president, like the president of commercial real estate. So I helped to not underwrite deals, but I was there every step of the way, all the way up until closing. So I was dealing with customers. I was dealing with the lawyers, right? I was dealing with everybody along the way throughout the transaction, right? And I also have a background in retail banking as well. I was in retail banking previously. So I know a lot when it comes to the banks and what they're looking for on both the personal and business side. So I give you guys my insight just having that experience. And we actually just retired me in May of this year. So I no longer work a full-time job. I am 100% working for myself and running multiple businesses.
All right, yeah, so if you have a late payment on the credit report, you don't want to necessarily go right to the CFPB method. In our late payment section, we go over 4 different strategies that you can use to remove late payments. But I will go through all of those first because you don't want to delete the account. If you do that method, like the method to remove negative accounts, you'll delete the whole account.
So go post in the group, and then what we'll do is when we hop off here, we can answer it.
Can I remove late payments on my student loan from 6 years ago? Yes, you can. Yep, especially if the account is still active, like, and it's like you're paying on it and stuff. Especially if you only had one late payment. Dom, can you tell them the story of the lady today or whatever that had a late payment that called?
It was yesterday, I think.
Okay.
So I actually had it here in a testimonial somewhere. She, I kind of want to find the story. Hold on. Let me just see real quick if I have it here. Because I know I had sent it to myself.
It was probably a conversation.
No, it was in the group.
Oh, wow.
She had posted it in the group.
Okay.
All right, I don't have it here, but I'll just give you the rundown. So I had told the story in my stories today. So she had always been like super on her credit, always had like auto pay set up, and for whatever reason she didn't have auto pay set up on one of her accounts. So she had a really good history with them, with this credit card company, and it ended up being Capital One. So she got a late payment, right? And it actually, like, she didn't notice until it was on her credit report, and it lowered her score, like, significantly. So she was really upset about it, and she's like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've never been late before. Like, I don't know what to do, and this sucks, you know? So I told her that you need to call them, you know, especially if you have a really good history with them. Like, just be super apologetic, be, you know, nice to them. Just let them know, like, I'm so sorry. I, you know, normally have my bill set up on auto pay. Like, as you can see, I've never been late in the past. Like, is there anything that we can do? Because this is really hurting my credit score. And what they did is they came back to her and said that they prepared a letter, and they're sending it to all 3 credit bureaus, and they're getting it to, they're removing that late payment. So she's getting that all removed. Can you...
You can call them and work it out with them. That's what, anytime that happens, that's like the only option.
What if a account gets closed? Yeah, you can call them. Sometimes you'll have to like send them a letter or something like to get it opened up.
It all
again.
depends on how it was closed.
Yeah, thank you guys.
But yeah, just calling and having the confidence in calling. Just make sure you use your workbook, because that's what those things are for, so that you can stay organized when you make
I wanted to
those
say
calls
that.
and things.
Hold on. I wanted to say to Tori because they had said how they've been following you guys. I'll purchase some of your products. And when you get in, you actually get a special coupon for members only when you make your purchase with us. So definitely keep that in mind,
That's
too.
why all of our members have been so happy with us over this Black Friday.
That's why
sale. They got to sell too.
I was going to say, that's the only reason why they're giving us testimonials, right?
Oh, my God.
Mine, too, are from 2018. It's still active and up to date now. Which course should I buy for that? For the student loan removal, that'll be the... Credit Essentials bundle.
It's the first link in both of our bios.
Yeah. It's $32.
Grantor closed it. My account had fraud on my bank.
And it's Capital One. They're a pain in the butt with this stuff. So, Grantor closed it. My account had fraud on my bank. It had auto pay 2 payments. Got rejected. Okay, so did Capital One close your account because those 2 payments got rejected? Is that why? I need a little bit more context.
And that exact issue that happened that's the letter and everything you're going to use when you contact Capital One. you just tell them the truth and exactly how everything went down. And usually people understand that things happen.
Yep.
I'm sure it's not the first time.
And again, be like, apologetic with them as much as possible because
Right.
they're real people.
And
that
for
you're talking to.
For the lady.
Hold on, wait. She answered.
Okay, well, I'm gonna move back. Okay, yeah, Vanessa. So when it comes to I completely forget. It went away so fast.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, back to back. I didn't know. Okay. Yeah. So call Capital One. Let them know the story. If you need me to provide you with proof from my bank, I can get a letter from them stating that I had fraud on my account and that's why these payments were rejected. I'd be happy to do that. Just let them know.
Yeah, and show them proof.
Yep.
And what I was saying to Vanessa was, in your situation, I think you have a good chance because, like, the two most important things Dominique said that the other person had earlier today going for them was they had a perfect credit history with that company. Mm-hmm. It was a mistake, and she was respectful on the phone. Mm-hmm. So if you can knock out those two things, I think you'll have a good chance.
Yeah, if you still have the balance and you've been paying them and there's been no issue with your payments other than that, then I would definitely call them.
Yeah, if you want to book a consultation, you can send us a DM and we can send you the link to get a consult. We don't typically do that because our course shows you how to read a credit report like a pro. We had a credit repair business.
And our course is not ebooks. It's like literal walkthrough video. Like we're literally holding your hand. It's like you're sitting with us as we're doing it.
I'm about to pull up the reading the credit report section just so some people can see.
When I would ask to speak with, that's a good question.
They're gonna tell you.
Maybe the billing department.
I mean, you don't necessarily know.
Yeah,
for sure.
I would let them know your situation, like whomever you call.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that it's a bill question, like just to get on the phone with somebody and tell them the situation and see where they can send you. Can anything be done about child support?
Yeah, so
arrears?
the child support. So I'm not an expert on the child support thing. Like I'm still learning that.
We're studying it.
There's a video if you YouTube how to remove child support. There's going to be a video that's going to pop up. That video is going to be a short. Follow the sequence in that video to remove child support from your credit report. That's the only method that I know about because child support isn't supposed to be being reported on your credit report because it's not a credit account. It's actually a public record, and it's not supposed to be on there.
Like
but
a
I'm
bankruptcy.
not. Yes, exactly.
It's like a bankruptcy.
It's a contract between you and I guess the other person, and they're not supposed to be reporting those types of transactions on your credit report.
Right.
But like I said, I'm not an expert in that at all. So like I don't have a section that says here, what'd you do to remove child support? So I just give you my best advice.
What are you looking for?
How to read a credit report. Oh. All right, real quick. I'm just gonna show y'all.
Just flip the camera. Will it work now? See if it will.
Let's see.
I don't know if there's.
Oh yeah.
There's kind of weird fogginess.
Gotta hold it. Alright, you hold it for me.
I'll hold
there
it
we go.
for you.
Alright, bet. So here is like a sneak peek inside of our DIY credit repair course, right?
This is one of the products within the Credit Essentials bundle.
Right, so you get a bunch of different things, but the main thing is the Magic Eraser course. This is where the magic happens, right? As you can see, it's 53 lessons, right? 53 lessons. Out of those 53, I would say probably about 30-something are video lessons, right?
Yeah, if
so
not more. Yeah.
The first section is the mindset section. That's what we've been talking about tonight. And a lot of people say that this is actually the best section of the course, right? It's videos, guys. It's all videos, okay? Let me go back real quick. So, like I said, the first section is the mindset section. It's the mindset that you need to really improve your credit. After that, we go through mastering personal credit, the foundations of personal credit, getting organized, because if your credit is trash, there's a really great chance you're not organized. You want to know how I know? Because my credit was trash and I wasn't organized, okay? Understanding utilization and things that you need to understand. And then reading your credit report like a pro. This is the one I want to show y'all. You see, I'm literally looking at somebody's credit report and I'm analyzing it the way I would, just like a credit repair company. Just like I would all of my clients before they hop on and I start cleaning up all these shit. I'm showing you exactly how to read a credit report. So you don't need to spend $1,000 to book a consultation, because at the end of the day, you can flip it back. Our time is really precious, right? We put our time into our family, into growing our businesses, and to helping our community. So this is why we put together this program, because questions like that, it shouldn't cost you $1,000 to have my time for me to read that. But that's what it is, because we don't have that kind of time to just, we already have it right there for you to do.
Right.
I mean, for you to be able to understand it just like an expert.
Look, she said my favorite is when she said, listen to the whole thing, don't skip.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly. You do not want to skip around and go to just what you think you need to watch. You want to make sure you start at the beginning and work your way through each video, because there's a lot of crucial information and a lot of important steps. Oh my God, you scared me. Mm-hmm. And a lot of important steps that you want to take. And you don't want to miss any of that, because some of that will jeopardize you being able to remove something, or you're going to hit a roadblock, right? So you want to make sure that you go through all of that.
Exactly. And we appreciate you, Irene. We really do. I'm really looking forward to helping you along your journey. I hope that you get the results that you're looking for. Mm-hmm. Might not be tomorrow, but we know in due time.
Yes.
He's on our side. All right. Any more questions though? Yeah, for anybody that want to learn how to read a credit report like a pro, just get the course. It'll definitely be worth your money. Mm-hmm. Think about it. You clean up your credit and get access to one high limit credit card. My first credit card after rebuilding my credit, guys, I had Discover, I had Capital One, Walmart, Target, H.H. Gregg. All of them got charged off.
Best Buy.
All of them got sent to collections.
Mm-hmm.
Best Buy, all of them, right? So after I've removed all of those, after, that was in my 20s. In my 30s, I removed all of those. Mm-hmm. And my first card that I got approved for was $18,000, guys. Mm-hmm. $18,000. That was worth all of the courses I paid for times 1,000.
Look.
Mm-hmm. Like I purchased a course from a bull. It was $300, right? Because I had one last thing left, and I'm like, damn, how do I remove this? $300, right? I only talked to him when he sold it to me. And then one more time, I had one more question. Besides that, he wasn't there was no group. There was we literally have this group for you guys to build this community, and all y'all gotta pay is $32 right now.
Yeah.
You know how many times I considered not even doing the group because I didn't have one with that kind of money.
And even outside of the sale that's going on right now for $32, our courses are normally $44. Mm-hmm. So it's not like our courses are normally $1,000. We keep our prices low because we want people to be able to get the information. Yeah, it's gonna.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that they should be $1,000, but it doesn't matter because it's not theirs.
Yep.
Any more questions, guys? Wait, somebody else has something right here. Will we purchase in the night?
Will purchasing now allow me to access in a few months? Yes, 100%. We've never taken access away from anybody unless if they
are fraudulent,
dispute something, or fraudulent.
All right. So yeah, tonight we talked about the 5 mindset hacks that you need in order to obtain your dream credit score and dream credit profile. My name is Mikkel Bennett.
And I'm Dominique Bennett.
We'll see you in the next live.
See you tomorrow.
Take it easy, y'all. Click that link in our bio to get access to our Cyber Week deals.